A young boy, no older than 10, stood at the edge of a bustling city park, his face contorted with frustration. He clutched a worn baseball glove in one hand, his gaze fixed on a bright red balloon bobbing playfully just out of reach. It danced and swayed on an invisible string, tugging him towards it like an irresistible magnet. But each time he lunged, it effortlessly evaded his grasp, mocking his efforts with every buoyant leap. Sweat beaded on his brow. His small chest heaved with exertion. His grip tightened on the glove, knuckles turning white as desperation set in. Finally, with a sigh that seemed to carry all his youthful disappointment, he slumped down onto a nearby bench, defeated. The balloon continued its carefree ascent, disappearing into the vast expanse of the azure sky. This boy's yearning for the unattainable, his frustration at its elusive nature, encapsulates a universal human experience. We are constantly chasing after things: happiness, success, love, security, often mistaking them for sources of fulfillment and meaning. We cling to these desires with unwavering conviction, convinced that their acquisition will finally bring us peace. Yet, life unfolds in unpredictable ways. Our aspirations may be thwarted by unforeseen circumstances, leaving us grappling with disappointment, anger, and a profound sense of loss. This relentless pursuit, this insatiable hunger for control over our lives and outcomes, often manifests itself as attachment. We become emotionally invested in specific individuals, situations, or possessions, fearing the pain that might arise from their absence. This attachment, however, can be both a blessing and a curse. While it fuels our passions and drives us to achieve our goals, it also becomes a source of suffering when we fail to recognize its limitations. When the object of our affection fades, the relationship ends, or the desired outcome eludes us, the pain can be excruciating. We feel as though we've been stripped bare, left with an aching void that threatens to consume us. But what if there was another way? What if, instead of clinging so tightly, we could cultivate a sense of acceptance and non-attachment? Building on this, let's explore the profound art of letting go, a practice that liberates us from the shackles of desire and empowers us to live more fully in the present moment. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent or passive. It's not about simply resigning ourselves to whatever life throws our way. Non-attachment is a conscious choice, an active practice of recognizing the impermanent nature of all things and cultivating a deeper sense of peace within ourselves. It's about acknowledging that we cannot control everything, but we can control how we respond to the ever-changing tapestry of life. This leads us to consider, what does it truly mean to let go? How do we navigate this complex terrain of emotions and desires without succumbing to despair or apathy? This leads us to consider, what does it truly mean to let go? How do we navigate this complex terrain of emotions and desires without succumbing to despair or apathy? The answer lies in understanding the intricate workings of our own minds, the psychological roots that bind us to things and experiences. Freud, a pioneer in the field of psychology, proposed that our desires, both conscious and unconscious, drive much of our behavior. He argued that we are constantly seeking pleasure and avoiding pain, leading us to cling to things and people that offer a sense of comfort or security. This attachment, however beneficial it may seem initially, can become a source of suffering when those things are lost or change. The fear of loss, the sting of rejection, the ache of separation, these are all manifestations of our deep-seated need for connection and stability. However, Freud's theory also recognizes the transformative power of facing our anxieties head-on. He believed that by bringing our unconscious desires into the light of consciousness, we could gain a greater understanding of ourselves and ultimately achieve psychological liberation. This echoes the Buddhist concept of mindfulness, which encourages us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, recognizing them as transient phenomena rather than fixed realities. Jung, building upon Freud's work, delved deeper into the realm of the unconscious, proposing the existence of a collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of archetypes and universal symbols that shape human experience. He argued that these archetypal patterns influence our desires, fears, and motivations, explaining why certain themes and symbols resonate so powerfully across cultures and throughout history. This understanding of the unconscious can shed light on our struggles with letting go. The yearning for connection, the fear of loss, these are not simply personal issues, but reflections of deeper, universal human experiences embedded within our psyche. Recognizing this shared human condition can offer a sense of solace and perspective, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. Building on this, Jung also explored the concept of individuation, a lifelong process of self-discovery and integration. He believed that true growth comes from embracing both our light and shadow sides, integrating seemingly disparate aspects of ourselves into a more whole and authentic being. This process often involves confronting and accepting uncomfortable truths about ourselves, letting go of outdated beliefs and patterns that no longer serve us. The art of letting go then becomes an integral part of individuation, a courageous act of surrender to the unfolding of life. It requires a willingness to acknowledge our limitations, accept the impermanence of all things, and embrace the ever-changing nature of our own being. Now, this journey of individuation, however, is not always comfortable. It demands introspection, honesty with ourselves, and a willingness to face the darker aspects of our psyche. This is where philosophers like Seneca and Nietzsche offer invaluable insights, guiding us through the complexities of letting go and finding acceptance in the midst of life's inevitable uncertainties. Seneca, a Roman Stoic philosopher, believed that happiness resided not in external circumstances but within ourselves. He taught that true freedom came from accepting what we cannot control: the tides of fate, the actions of others, even our own limitations. To cling to these things, he argued, was to invite suffering. Instead, we should focus on what is within our power: our thoughts, our judgments, and our reactions. We suffer more in imagination than in reality, Seneca famously wrote. He urged us to cultivate a detached perspective, observing life's events with clarity and equanimity. By recognizing the impermanence of all things, both joys and sorrows, we can learn to let go of attachments that bind us to fleeting experiences, allowing ourselves to flow freely with the current of life. Nietzsche, on the other hand, offered a more radical perspective. He challenged traditional notions of morality and values, arguing that they often serve to stifle our individual potential. While Seneca focused on acceptance within a predetermined order, Nietzsche emphasized the power of self-creation. He believed that we are not passive recipients of fate, but active agents who can shape our own destinies. Nietzsche's concept of amor fati, love of fate, encourages us to embrace even the most difficult experiences as opportunities for growth and transformation. It's a call to see beyond the surface of suffering and recognize the hidden potential for strength and resilience that lies within every challenge. This shift in perspective, from victimhood to agency, is crucial for cultivating non-attachment. When we truly understand that life is not a collection of predetermined outcomes, but a tapestry woven by our choices and actions, letting go becomes less about resignation and more about liberation. It's about recognizing that clinging to past hurts or future anxieties only serves to diminish the richness of the present moment. By embracing this philosophy, we can begin to shed the weight of expectations and assumptions, allowing ourselves to experience life with greater openness, authenticity, and freedom. This shift in perspective is not a simple intellectual exercise. It requires conscious effort, introspection, and a willingness to challenge deeply ingrained beliefs. Yet the rewards are profound. As we learn to let go of our need for control, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We become more adaptable, resilient, and capable of navigating life's inevitable challenges with grace and ease. We begin to cultivate a sense of inner peace that transcends external circumstances, realizing that true happiness is not found in the pursuit of fleeting desires, but in the acceptance of life as it unfolds, moment by moment. Now, this realization, however, isn't just about intellectual understanding. It's about integrating this philosophy into the very fabric of our being. It's about translating these insights into actionable steps that we can weave into our daily lives. Building on this foundation of acceptance, let's explore concrete ways to cultivate non-attachment and allow ourselves to truly let go. One powerful practice is mindfulness. It involves paying deliberate attention to the present moment without judgment. Notice your thoughts, feelings, and sensations as they arise, acknowledging them without getting swept away by them. Imagine your mind as a vast ocean, with thoughts like waves constantly crashing upon its surface. Mindfulness teaches us to observe these waves without clinging to them or being consumed by them. Instead of resisting the current, we learn to simply ride the waves, allowing them to come and go naturally. This practice can be cultivated through various techniques like meditation, mindful breathing, or even just taking a few moments each day to savor a cup of tea, truly experiencing its aroma and taste. Another essential step is to challenge our attachment to outcomes. We often invest heavily in specific results, becoming anxious and distressed when things don't unfold as planned. This stems from the belief that happiness is contingent upon external circumstances. However, true fulfillment comes from within, not from achieving a desired outcome. Instead of clinging to a predetermined script for our lives, let go of the need to control every detail. Embrace flexibility and adaptability, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. Remember, life rarely unfolds in a straight line. It's a beautiful tapestry woven with unexpected twists and turns. This shift in perspective requires us to redefine success. Instead of measuring our worth by external achievements, focus on personal growth, inner peace, and meaningful connections. Cultivate gratitude for the present moment, appreciating the small joys and blessings that surround you. This conscious appreciation can transform even ordinary experiences into moments of profound contentment. Furthermore, learning to say no is crucial in cultivating non-attachment. We often overcommit ourselves, trying to please everyone and take on more than we can handle. This leads to stress, resentment, and a feeling of being constantly overwhelmed. By setting healthy boundaries and prioritizing our well-being, we create space for what truly matters. Remember, saying no is not selfish. It's an act of self-care and respect for your own limits. It allows you to invest your time and energy in pursuits that align with your values and bring you joy. This journey of letting go is a continuous process, not a destination. There will be times when we struggle, when old patterns resurface, and the urge to cling intensifies. However, each time we choose to return to the practice of acceptance, non-attachment, and mindfulness, we strengthen our ability to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Ultimately, the art of letting go is about cultivating a deep sense of inner freedom. It's about releasing the weight of expectations and embracing the present moment with open hearts and minds. As we surrender to this process, we discover a profound sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment that transcends the ever-changing external world. Now, each time we choose to return to the practice of acceptance, non-attachment, and mindfulness, we strengthen our ability to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Ultimately, the art of letting go is about cultivating a deep sense of inner freedom. It's about releasing the weight of expectations and embracing the present moment with open hearts and minds. As we surrender to this process, we discover a profound sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment that transcends the ever-changing external world. Building on this foundation of acceptance, we begin to see the interconnectedness of all things. The seemingly separate events in our lives, the triumphs, the failures, the joys, and the sorrows weave together a tapestry of experiences that shape who we are. Letting go doesn't mean denying these experiences or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it means acknowledging them with compassion, understanding that each moment is transient, a fleeting wave on the vast ocean of time. However, this awareness of impermanence can be both liberating and unsettling. We may fear loss, cling to what we perceive as security, resist the natural flow of life. Yet, within this resistance lies an opportunity for profound growth. By surrendering our attachment to outcomes and embracing the unknown, we open ourselves to a universe of possibilities. This leads us to the heart of true letting go, cultivating compassion not only for ourselves, but also for others. When we release our need to control and judge, we create space for empathy and understanding. We begin to see the struggles and pain that others carry, recognizing that we are all interconnected beings on a shared journey. This compassionate connection allows us to offer support, kindness, and forgiveness, enriching not only our own lives but also the lives of those around us. The art of letting go is not about becoming passive or complacent. It's about cultivating an inner strength that arises from acceptance, non-attachment, and a deep connection to the present moment. This strength empowers us to face life's challenges with courage and grace, knowing that we are supported by something greater than ourselves, a universal love that permeates all things. This journey calls for us to shed our limiting beliefs, those narratives that keep us trapped in patterns of fear, resentment, and self-doubt. We must reclaim our power, not to dominate or control, but to create lives filled with meaning, purpose, and authenticity. It's a call to step outside of our comfort zones, to embrace new experiences, and to live with intention and passion. As we cultivate the art of letting go, we discover a profound truth. True freedom lies not in the absence of challenges, but in our ability to meet them with open hearts and minds. It's about surrendering to the flow of life, trusting that even in the midst of chaos, there is an inherent order and beauty waiting to be revealed. This is our call to greatness, to embrace the practice of letting go, not as a passive act of surrender, but as a powerful force for transformation. To let go of the things that hold us back, to cultivate compassion and connection, and to live each day with intention, purpose, and joy. It's a journey that begins within, yet ripples outward, touching the lives of everyone we encounter. Let us choose to be the change we wish to see in the world, one act of letting go at a time.